Hi everyone. So I wanted to come and speak with you guys just for a few minutes. I just got off work. I'm still in my work clothes, but I couldn't wait to kind of discuss this publicly with everyone who's been following my series on how to control the overwhelm and how I've gone from going to therapy 2 times a week to a short 30-minute morning routine and how my anxiety and stress levels have decreased immensely. But I wanted to talk to those of you that have been following my journey. And I had been asked a really good question today about self-help books. So this is from a listener and a follower who totally believes in the concept and wants to start working on herself, but doesn't know where. And she said, Brittany, here's the thing. I know that there are things wrong with me, and I know that there are things I want to work on, but where do I start? Which is so common, right? Like, we're not perfect. And if you have the courage enough to recognize that you have things inside you that you want to change, that's awesome. Like, bravo to you. That's amazing. That's a great first step. But then it's kind of overwhelming. It's like, oh crap, where do I start? Like, I have this I want to work on and this I want to work on, and then don't get me started on my childhood. And then just all these things come up, and it's hard to kind of narrow in and focus on what you want to work on. So my piece of advice to this follower was, what's going on in your life right now? What do you wish was better right now? And then focus in on that. When I first got started listening to self-help or personal development books, I was struggling with confidence big time. I had just gotten a job, this career job that I really didn't like, and I didn't know how to stick up for myself, and I didn't know how to figure out what was right for me, and I had all these other things going on in my life and all these other, things I could be working on. However, that's what was the driving force behind wanting to get better, was my confidence. So I did a couple things. The first thing I did was I went to Amazon and I typed in books that help with self-confidence. And then I went to my podcast link, which if you have a smartphone, you have the podcast link. It's free, and a lot of podcasts are free. The trick is just finding a voice that you like. So podcasts are just recorded clips of people talking to you. A lot of the time, it's professionals, it's speakers, it's entrepreneurs, it's people who have been through things that they're talking about. So then I went to the podcast link and I just typed in confidence. And then when I was going through other things, I would type in, I had problems with my weight, my insecurity, my weight gain. I typed that in. And I literally just focused on what was going on in my life, and then I sought out help. What can I do? What can I listen to? You've already heard me talk about how our voices in our head are the loudest ones we have. And when we start to replace the voices in our head with positive voices that we hear from podcasts or audibles, we get better, we get stronger. And that's what made such a difference for me. I committed to listening to positive podcasts and Audible books, which is just books that are read to you. And I downloaded an Audible app. And I listened to those every single day for at least 20 minutes every single day. And my voices were drowned out by the voices of the people that I was listening to on these podcasts and on these audibles. And they were way more positive than I was, and they were way smarter than I was, and they were, way more experienced. And I got better. I got happier. I got stronger. I got more confident. So for those of you that are sold on the idea of personal development and wanting to work on yourself, that's where I would recommend you start. Figure out what is the driving force behind you wanting to get better, what problem you're going through right now, and Google it, Amazon it, go on your podcast app and look through podcasts that look appealing to you, and just start listening. Start somewhere. Once you get in that realm and once you get in that environment, it's a lot easier to find things that way. So I hope this helped. I'm so glad I've been hearing from so many of you that want to learn more about personal development. That is so my jam. I am so one of those people that are okay with needing help. So if you are anything like that, please reach out. I would love to connect with you and chat with you. And obviously, no judgment here. So hope you all are having a great day. Thanks everyone for popping on.